If you're following Depp vs. Heard, you might know Amber's got a friend, Eve Barlow, who, by the way, got kicked out of court in Virginia during the Depp vs. Heard case, who defends Amber all the time and is close to Amber. First off, you see a money sign right there. Eve is somebody who criticizes people who monetize videos about Amber and Johnny, yet what Eve does, well, what she did, that's what we'll talk about, is her past mostly, is criticize Johnny heavily and, well, monetize it. So the thing is this: Eve has been slowly declining in followers. And it also seems that she's been declining in talking about Amber. Now, one other thing Eve criticized people of, like that umbrella guy, Andy Signor, things like that, is that without Amber, they'll have nothing to talk about. Well, it seems like without Amber, Eve doesn't have much to talk about. Now, Eve hasn't tweeted in about 4 or 5 days, and for her, that's a lot. What does this mean? Oh, it doesn't mean anything yet. However, it means that she might not have too many defenses left. Also, there's something that goes around quite a bit that I've been focusing on where people say, even Johnny fans, Amber's irrelevant, ignore her, leave her alone. What happens then is the people supporting her actually grow and they could have their platforms without resistance and spread, well, let's just say, what they think is the truth that we know the facts stand against. So it seems like Eve lost about 300 followers in the last 10 days or 2 weeks or something like that, which is pretty big. Let's see what she tweeted recently. This thing here, where's Adam? Okay. Something about some award show or some runway show. I've seen that picture around the net. Fine. And a bunch of stuff like this. If you have to ask for payment 3 times, don't feel embarrassed. They should be embarrassed. Okay? I don't want to believe it's 15 years since Arctic Monkeys happened. F me. And Eve likes the F word, by the way. F me, more like 17 years. Christ. And Eve retweets this. More and more, I don't know what's right or what's real anymore. And I could see why Eve tweeted that. I could see how Eve might be confused about what's right and what's real. Also, about Amber and Aquaman 2 tickets is this. It could be a strategy between Amber and Eve and her close friends to stay silent so Amber could back out of the spotlight. It's not likely, but if the trend continues, where Eve and other close people to Amber just go silent about her, they might all be taking part in hoping people forget about the bad things and go see Aquaman 2. Now, I will say this. While I've got the opinion that if you leave Amber Heard alone, you don't spread the facts about her, you don't remind people why she lost Virginia, that the people in the middle, I don't mean the Johnny fans, I don't mean you who won't forget, I mean the people in the middle who are kind of undecided about who won the court case and don't care so much, will just see Aquaman 2. The people who aren't passionate behind it, the people who don't really care what happens to Johnny personally, might have at one point been like, I'm not seeing Aquaman 2. Look at this circus. Look at this person. But then, after like a year goes by, and they're not reminded about the DUI, the perjury in Australia, Johnny's missing finger, the Washington op-ed, and a whole bunch of other things, then, when that time comes, when that ticket comes around, they're going to be like, okay, yeah, I guess I'll see it. However, people like Eve, well, if you want to ignore Eve, I guess that's fine. I can't see any harm in ignoring the people defending Amber. Now, I'm never ever going to say this is my last video about anything. That's what I do. I make videos, I follow news, and no one can say that. But until something comes up on Amber or someone else closely related, looks like Eve is fizzling out here. And I'm not following Eve. Some people follow her to see what she's up to, things like that. You could Google search it right away. It'll come right up. Don't worry about following her to find info and keeping an eye and things like that. Okay, let me change gears for 1 second. This photo of Johnny got around, and sticking with Eve, before I go slightly off topic, is that Eve should post this. Eve's the one who said Johnny looks bad, and right there, I think he looks pretty good. Skin's clear, looks like he's got all his natural hair at 59. I'm not totally sure, but I think so. So here's the thing. There was some mixed opinions on this, and some people said, let him take this picture, he could do what he wants, and ultimately I agree. But the reason some people got upset is because Jeff Beck's niece there, who is in the picture, posted it on Instagram. When you post something on Instagram like that, it gets a lot of views and it gets a lot of followers. So some people got, I think, rightfully irritated that she did that, suspecting maybe it was just for followers and views and things like that. That's why people got mad. Not because she actually just took a picture with Johnny. She should. That's fine. And it was consentful, and obviously he took it too, knowing it's 2023 that it might get out on social media. Like I said, ultimately, I agree. I don't have a problem with it, but I see why people got suspicious that she might have been using it as an opportunity to bump up her account. All right, I just wanted to say that because the video about it I made was like kind of unfinished. Let me know what you think down below. Doing shout outs, special thanks, things like that. Shout out to Jan Price, Laura B, Cindy Bryden, just to name a few. Gotta get to more shout outs. And if you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be really sad about it, but I'll get over it. Rant done for now. See you next time.